How to make women chase you without saying a word. The power of silence and self-mastery. Before we begin, don't forget subscribe. They say girls love what you do for them, but that's not always the truth. The truth is women are drawn to what you do for yourself. You could spend all your energy giving, texting, proving, and chasing, but the moment you stop, she feels it, the silence, the shift, the self-control. That's when she starts to notice you, because power isn't loud. It's in the way you walk away with peace, the way you choose yourself before you choose her, the way your focus stays on your mission, not her validation. When you move like that, you stop being a man who needs love and become a man who commands it. Part 1. The illusion of doing too much. We all start by thinking love is about effort. You give, you sacrifice, you over-explain, thinking they'll see your heart. But people don't always fall in love with kindness. They fall in love with stability. They want the man who moves with direction, not desperation. You could buy her gifts, send long messages, stay up late checking on her. But the moment she sees you neglecting your own path, the attraction fades. Not because she's ungrateful, but because you became predictable. The world respects mystery more than consistency. Part 2. The shift, doing for yourself. When you begin to invest that same energy into yourself, your craft, your silence, your focus, something changes. Your presence becomes heavier. People start asking, what's on your mind? Even when you haven't spoken a word. That's power. Because real attraction isn't about what you offer. It's about what you represent. And when a man starts respecting himself, he stops begging for respect from others. Part 3. Detachment. The hidden magnet. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care without collapsing. You can love her and still walk away if the respect dies. You can help people and still protect your boundaries. You can feel pain and still move forward in silence. People feel that. They sense when your emotions no longer control you, and ironically, that's when everyone wants your attention the most. Because the moment you stop chasing validation, you become validation. Part 4. The psychology of control. Detachment is mental discipline. It's teaching your emotions to wait while your mind decides. It's not silence from weakness. It's silence from strength. Let them wonder. Let them question why you're so calm. Because calmness is the loudest language of a man who knows himself. When you stop reacting, the world starts reacting to you. Part 5. Attraction reframed. People aren't always drawn to what you give them. They're drawn to what you give yourself. Your goals, your habits, your peace. That's what they fall for. You don't need to prove you're worthy. You just need to become someone they can't ignore. Let your improvement be your revenge. Let your success be your explanation. That's how you flip the energy. That's how you make them respect your absence as much as your presence. Part 6. The mirror effect. When you rise in silence, people start projecting their desires onto you. They wonder who you are, what you're thinking, who you're seeing. You become a mirror reflecting what they crave but cannot reach. That's why the quiet man is never truly alone. He's surrounded by curiosity, by whispers, by respect. Because mystery is the oldest language of attraction. And when you master it, attention starts chasing you. Part 7. The law of withdrawal. Pulling back isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Every step away from noise is a step closer to clarity. When you stop showing up everywhere, your presence starts to carry weight. People begin to measure your silence. They start to notice when you're missing, not because of what you gave, but because of what you represented. Space creates value, and the man who understands distance understands control. Part 8. The energy exchange. Every interaction is an exchange. Some people take your peace, others multiply it. When you move with awareness, you start filtering energy, not out of pride, but preservation. Attention is expensive. Give it to the wrong person. It drains you. Keep it to yourself, and it turns into presence. That's the secret. Your silence is not emptiness. It's your currency. Part 9. The discipline of emotion. It's easy to say you're strong until emotion tests you, until she ignores your message, until silence becomes your only reply. But that's where real men are formed, in restraint. The world doesn't test your love. It tests your balance. If you can stay calm when your pride is burning, you've already won the invisible battle. Part 10. The weight of purpose. Every man needs something to bow to, not a woman, not money, but purpose. Purpose makes rejection small, makes silence tolerable, and makes success inevitable. When your life orbits around your mission, people feel it. Even she feels it. That's when your value stops being emotional and becomes spiritual. Part 11. The power of scarcity. Scarcity is a magnet. When something is everywhere, it loses meaning. When something is rare, it becomes sacred. Be rare in speech, in presence, in love, because the man who withholds wisely never loses value. He multiplies it. Part 12. The reversal. When you detach and rise, something shifts. The same people who once ignored you start watching you closely. They replay your words. They stalk your silence. They start asking, why did he change? You didn't change, you evolved. You stopped trying to be understood and became undeniable. Attraction isn't something you earn. It's something you awaken. Part 13. The aura of control. Control isn't loud. It's in the way your eyes don't flinch. It's in the way your voice stays calm when others raise theirs. The quiet man plays chess, while the world plays checkers. When you move in silence, every word becomes strategy. Part 14. The return of power. After a while, the energy you gave freely comes back refined. You see through manipulation. You stop chasing closure. You stop fighting for places you've outgrown. You just move different. And the more you elevate, the more they remember how they lost you. That's not revenge, that's gravity. You attract differently when you've healed. Part 15. The rebirth of self. You reach a point where peace feels better than attention, where silence feels better than validation. That's when you become dangerous, because no one can control a man who has made peace with solitude. Part 16. The law of unavailability. You don't have to cut people off. Just become harder to reach. Let access become earned, not given. Mystery creates memory. Let them wonder where you've been, not when you're coming back. Part 17. The silent competitor. While others talk about dreams, you move quietly. You build while they gossip. You create while they complain. And one day, they'll realize you were never competing with them. They were competing with your discipline. Part 18. The unshakable frame. You'll be tested, tempted to react, to prove, to explain. But hold your frame, because when you break character, you give away power. Your silence should make statements that words could never deliver. Part 19. The echo effect. When you finally disappear from their lives, your absence will echo louder than your presence ever did. They'll replay conversations. They'll revisit moments. Because impact isn't measured by how much you say. It's measured by what lingers when you're gone. Part 20. The final lesson. So, when she looks back and wonders why you changed, tell her you didn't. You just became who you were meant to be. The man who doesn't beg for love. The man who builds it within himself. Because true attraction isn't about chasing. It's about becoming. When you master that, you'll never have to run after anyone again. You'll simply stand still, and they'll come to you. You don't need to convince anyone anymore. You just need to become. The world always circles back to a man who masters his silence. So walk your path with discipline, with peace, and with quiet fire. This is your reminder. Your worth doesn't need an audience. If this spoke to you, subscribe to the Shadow Guide for more lessons in power, psychology, and self-mastery. Until next time, stay unseen.